Mason. Mason?
God!
What the heck?
I'm okay. I'm okay. Oh, God. Oh, what was that? What was that?
You sort of just fell out of the bed.
What the heck was that? What the heck was that?
Who the heck was what?
It's like a...
Come on. Let's get you up.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
All right in there.
Oh, God. I'm okay.
I think so, sir.
I'm okay.
Mason?
Oh, God. It's like...
Right. I'm gonna come in then.
In there?
It's like a nebula. With an eye.
You don't have to stand at attention, dear. Not yet. You all right there, Mason?
You should probably tell him that I...
Tell me what?
I'm okay. Yeah. Oh, God. First and foremost, I'm okay. I think. Oh, God, that was a weird dream. Okay. And then right. So. Hi. Morning, everybody. Okay. And apparently I can cast or use magic, right? So I figured out, or at least I think Stark helped me to figure out how. Okay, all right. This is maybe. Okay, hold on. It's still early and I'm still a little groggy, but I can.
Thank you so much, guys.
I can try. Okay. Just gonna.
Perhaps not indoors. I want you to set your bed on fire.
No. Oh God, fire. Yeah, no.
I'm more worried about him hurting someone else in the room.
Come on. We'll head down to the stadium, I suppose. There's places any.
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
Okay.
Oh.
Nightmare or... I mean, I didn't mean to startle you or...
That's the weirdest thing. I saw like a face. It just all I heard was it was like a almost like a monotone, but like feminine monotone, and it said thank you, and then it caught me off guard so much that I didn't. I guess it shook me out of my sleep.
That's kind of weird. What did the face look like?
Yeah.
Was it somebody you knew, or... Oh, by the way, we should probably head downstairs. I don't want to keep everyone waiting.
No, I don't know. It looked like a face, but you couldn't really see it. It was kind of blacked out. It only had like one eye. It was
One eye.
yeah. But I think there was kind of like, I don't know. It was weird. But one eye, stars everywhere. It was weird.
Stars?
Anyways.
That's the weirdest dream.
That's the thing. I was dreaming perfectly normally, and then out of nowhere it just. Thank you.
Yeah. And it didn't do so well against
Weird.
Go on, I'll catch
So
up.
the headmaster was teaching them conjuring and teaching them how to summon things, and they summoned a bear.
Someone else's bear, yeah. Someone else's familiar.
Wait, someone else is familiar.
Apparently, I think that was what they were saying anyway.
That's
I don't know if it was just there or not.
possible. I will
don't know.
correction. It is possible, but did all three of them pitch in to do this, or was it just one of them?
All three of them. It was a trigram.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Well, that explains how they managed to do it. Right. First lesson: never do that, ever.
I'm aware, sir. I
I'll
was
have
very
a
much against
conversation.
it.
Town on fire.
Oh, these things happen.
Wait,
Life.
possible arson attack?
Oh,
Aye, somebody
gonna do the
probably
lo-
being petty.
thing?
Yeah.
Come on,
Mason.
Has anyone
the
seen
message
Gavin?
board will be there all day.
No. Had heard from him this morning.
Mhm.
Morning, Ryder.
Oh, hey, good morning.
Right. I'm gonna be stepping back.
Uh, don't mind me. I've been just running here trying to get the stamina up.
Fair enough. How about?
Thanks, Teach.
Look.
Good luck with whatever you guys are doing.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit. Okay. So yeah, just gotta focus and
Actually, better idea.
where's the cap? Where's the cap? Where's the cap? Okay. First things first. Where's the cap? Push together. The flow.
1 second. Wait. Go on.
Okay.
It'll attract it more than me, for example.
Actually, I
Right.
should
Lightning rod.
probably step over this way,
Okay.
just in
Mm.
case.
And I said I want to cast the spell. Just need to say the incantation. Crackle.
What?
What in the world?
Kiss. Kiss. Kiss.
Oh, break my branch and drink me sap. Look at that.
Stuff.
Oh, it feels weird, doesn't it?
Good job, Mason.
I'm just gonna.
Right,
Thanks.
so what is it that the Northern men told you exactly in order to be able to do that?
Well, that's just the question I have. I don't know if it's me doing it or if it's the incantation, but regardless, he told me. He said that all I had to do was sense the mana, and then once I could figure out how to sense the mana, learn how to bridge the gap, and then complete the circuit within my body. But I don't really know it as mana. I know it as
Right.
ki. So that's what I went with my meditation training. Just focusing on completing the circle and completing my breathing, making sure that everything was in rhythm
And flowing.
consistently flowing. And when I did, there was a bit of a spark here, I guess. I don't know. It was weird. But after that, he told me to just do the same thing, but visualize it and then say the incantation.
Right. Stark's got you on a bit of a good path to start with. The problem is that he uses a different source than you do. Ki is more rather an internal than an external. Though you can derive from the external to internal, ki is more of something that you generate in and of yourself. But you can take from outside sources such as the grass, the trees, and other living things. But for the most part, from what I recall in reading in some texts, that is forbidden, if I'm mistaken.
Oh.
Might be. But what I mean by taking is taking too much to the point that it kills. You can borrow, as ki is replaceable. Again, you yourself are the generator. Whereas mana, very plentiful and easy to use. And it swirls.
Understood.
Problem with mana and ki is that they don't mix. Though they are one in the similar, you can't take one and put it inside the other and hope that it comes out with good concoction. It won't. So, focusing on generating your own ki is key. Pun intended.
Got it.
Keeping your meditation up and ensuring that you have a good flow within your body. And why don't you ride home? See if your homeland has something that they can give you in order to teach you better.
Understood.
If I'm not mistaken, though, we might be having a break at some point here.
Wait, really?
School years and whatnot. I'm not sure
The
when.
finals are
but-
soon. In the coming weeks.
Yeah, but okay, I'm used to. Never mind. Okay, it's great, actually.
So, for example, I take from out here, bring it in, and utilize it in my runes, and fill the runes up with mana in order to be able to utilize them. Whereas with you derive from inside, and you bring it out. So, I'm not sure what you mean by bridging the gap. That sounds like you're shutting yourself off from it. Rather than bridge the gap, let the bridge down. and leave it there. That way it's easy for you to be able to just simply pull it out, rather than just having to concentrate for a second and then producing. Granted, this may take you some time, but I'm sure you'll be able to get it.
I'll do my best.
Well, Captain.
It's for you, Pinky.
Miss Hannah. Good morning.
Yes, sir.
What's it like for you when you produce your...
I was coming to check up on you. How are things?
Well,
Does it feel like it comes from inside or outside?
kind of feels like it comes from inside. Yeah.
Oh, got it.
Hmm.
The Augusta was helping you,
Very well.
and he's gone.
Anna,
I don't
do you have
realize,
any...
unfortunately, except for the diagrams.
That's
And those,
fine.
to be honest, I don't really know what that. I just know it feels weird.
It would. And it should. Otherwise, if it didn't, I think that'd be a mild bit concerning. But in any case, what is it you'll like to do today? Arms? Legs? Would you like to take a break?
Legs.
Right. You?
That sounds fine.
Arbor?
I'm fine with that as well.
Right. How many laps have you all been able to do?
Normally in the morning, sir.
Humans.
We've been doing
God.
2. I usually add an extra to challenge myself. I try to catch up to them.
Right. I'm gonna have you all do something a bit different. I want you to line up along the line there. Turn around and face the other direction. You're going to use the field as a gauge. I want you to run halfway out, run back, run all the way to the middle, run back, run about halfway in between the next box, run all the way back, run all the way to the other side, and all the way back. I want you to do this
Suicide.
twice.
Suicides.
Yeah.
One more time?
Quarter way back, halfway back, 3/4 back, all the way back.
Where's
Got it.
was Professor Silver here?
She just
I
left.
think she was.
Do you know where she went?
No idea. Sorry. Mm.
Ready? Begin. If you like Arbor, you can do it a second time. It's up to you.
They're almost back anyways. I'll wait for them.
Right. Oh. Take a second, catch your breaths, and then head on.
Okay. Right. We ready? Okay, see you there.
Oh, there's coloring books, probably by
I will
numbers.
colorfully color these books, sir.
Yes. Each one representing a different creature. Are you okay?
Fucking chunky ass. Breaking her
She's
chair
getting
over there.
chunky like a goat.
I had a cricket stuck in my throat, sorry.
No worries.
I got a nice cube in mind. Who released the goose?
What?
I had those again.
Weird noise.
I don't get
Hi,
it.
that's me.
I hope nobody
Yeah,
come on,
right,
Ryder.
it's
Someone's
crickets.
real upset he's spaghetti.
Lovely to
That
meet
is
you.
I'm
I guess so, yeah.
Spaghetti, are you 12?
Sorry, I
Yeah,
got
Ah,
thought
yes,
it
you
was
weren't here
just
yesterday
fake.
for introduction.
No.
I believe this should be everyone.
Dumbass
Silver here yet?
is actually dead.
Probably having a conversation with someone.
Understood. Good morning, everyone. As you can see, there's still plenty of books to go through with the finals coming up and everything. Also, well, I'm not sure if you've noticed, but it seems that some people on this campus have been overfeeding Rin's goat. If you could please stop doing that, that'd be quite nice. Silver would like to put it on a diet. It's getting quite chunky. Yes. Also, moving forward until the end of the year, every single day we will be giving out any mail that arrives instead of holding it for several days. So I will be delivering that now. Some of you got things for merits, etc.
Got over your fear. I'm proud of you.
I never had that fear.
Some of you, once you open the box, if it's too big for the stadium or auditorium here, it will be back in your room. And after this, we're going to be heading to the Arden Vale lecture hall. Please grab a book from the shelf. We'll be going over the rest of the plants that you can grow in the greenhouse, and that should finish out the curriculum this year for plants.
Yay.
Oh.
She's in.
Please, please don't let this be what I think it is.
You have a box.
I don't know. What the?
That should be your piano, I believe.
Behind you.
Oh,
That.
In that?
was kind of thoughtless.
Once she opens it, the fairies will deliver it to her room. Is there any other teachers that need to announce anything before we head to class?
I can't read this.
Oh, I look forward to hearing you play.
All right, students, and with that, it'll be a pretty small class today, finishing up the remaining plants that can be grown in the greenhouse. Everyone, please meet in the Ardent Vale Hall in about 5 to 8 minutes. You'll have time to return your letters to your dorm in the meantime.
Got it.
You are dismissed.
Lila.
I have an emergency.
Can you bring what kind of
You want to
emergency?
see it?
Also, hold up. My fucking headset's all wobbly.
Let me see here.
Should I wait after class?
This is quite horrible writing, but I'm able to make out he will explode. Let's see here.
Like a bomb, in fact.
Is this his current condition, or
You're with Becca. I'm going
is this
to
response to before he was dead?
Yes. Hello.
Hi, Rook.
Hello.
Where are you going? Why
To
you
the
running all
Ardent
over the
Vale
place?
dorm. Oh. I went to go leave, and I was realizing I'm not allowed to leave without Augusta or Red.
Please stay in the hall. If you
That
can,
has
and
nothing
I'll
to
send
do
you
with
a
me.
letter to take back to your dorm.
Even though I want to train
Here
some
once we
more.
handle something.
Why don't we just hang out and chat until they're ready for
For
you,
real?
yeah?
Arden Vale Lecture Hall.
This
Huh?
way.
We're gonna. No. Thank you, Arbor.
No problem.
I'm not really good with the lectures.
Why not?
They talk too long.
I mean, it can go on for a while, but it's still good to learn.
Well, when you say it like that, how can I refuse?
Oh. I mean, you could refuse.
Well,
And you could just
yeah,
not show up
but-
to the lesson, but you'd probably get in trouble.
Probably. Oh man. Any time I spend away from training, I feel like I'm just not in my element.
Well, why don't you try and fix that?
Seems like we're the third ones here. Well, technically you're second or third.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Victor. Hey, Mason. That's kind of a weird-looking plant.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm good.
Yo. Silent treatment today, Victor?
Should we go together?
Maybe.
Not really sure what to make of either of them.
That one at least looks a little
Take
more
your time
normal.
today.
That one looks like a giant bulb.
I will, Ryder.
Yeah, I don't know if this is actually finished growing.
Though I really
It looks
can't
like a
blame
flower and a tree.
you. They talk too long during these.
Is that a... No,
They
that
are
can't-
lectures.
Does that make it a free, or does that make it
Yeah,
a flower?
good point. Well, I'm gonna wait for my team up here.
Could be either.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Yo.
Her.
Yeah, did you grab a book from the shelf?
Oh yeah. You know, we should totally go grab some books.
You kind of here. Drop that one. Here.
You know, we could do
thank
that.
you.
But then we could also not. I like that option more. Oh fuck! I don't know what just happened. Sorry.
Ah, well. I wouldn't worry about it too much. Pretty sure the teacher will explain everything. That guy's always been really good at explaining.
Oh, wonderful. You
Enjoy.
beat me to the punchline, Beaker. Here you go.
Thank you. Thank
Wait
you.
a minute, did you really throw the book at him?
The bell just went off again.
Uh,
I think we're meant to report back.
Wow.
No, you're to remain here.
Okay.
Did you really throw the book at him?
That's a book. It's
They deserved it.
4 eyes.
Oh, you guys are clever.
I don't know about this.
And for the record, yes, actually.
you know what? I'll be honest.
Boom.
Okay.
Hannah, you know, she looks cute as heck, right?
Why are you telling?
Okay, you know, if I can hear you, she can hear you too.
Oh my god, like stop.
Is he gonna throw a goat?
Throw a fucking cow at him. That's what he wants, doesn't he?
Jesus. Fucking looks like a cow.
Yeah, he's like he's got a
Yeah.
tree trunk for days down there.
I'm going to make you fat, and I'm going to make sure your fat crushes you.
Wait, hold on. Don't do that.
Oh, yes, you know, that'll make me stop.
All I heard was blah, blah,
Oh
blah.
my
He's
God,
going
a
to get some
piano.
There seems to be an obsession
Nice.
with Chunky lately.
Ryder, I've learned something new. I
giant
love the puppet
one.
eye effect. You ready? Watch this.
Yeah, I'm
Can
ready.
I see it later?
All right, we'll give it another moment or two. Once everyone's here, we'll start.
Why are your eyes sweating?
Your eyes cannot sweat, silly. I mean, it's crying.
I mean this with every part of my being, my friend. And I say this with confidence. You really screwed the pooch on that one.
Oh, Jesus.
Screw the pooch.
Are we really getting
We're going to have to teach him
Is
about
that
Pooch
reading
Bane
my
next.
comments?
Pooch Bane. Yes.
What is a pooch? That's the definition of pooch.
What?
What is Pooch
That's a
Bane?
joke.
What is going on? Oh shit! Trust me, I was watching too.
Yes.
I thought we were
Wonderful
reading
example for the new librarian.
Sorry, Teach. Fell off the old thing there.
Chips, I'm warning you. You're going to
All
let
right.
go yet and taking
All
the
right,
hay.
students, we'll be starting here. Please get to your seats.
Just do it.
I guess you could say
Oh,
that.
I said I'm learning plenty.
All right, everyone, you can look forward here.
every day?
As you can see, I have a couple plants here on the first desk. Would anyone like to guess what this is based on readings that you've already done?
It's got a huge mouth.
Okay,
Watermelon.
let's see. Yes, oh,
Dragon
it's
fruit.
close. It is almost a watermelon. How about you, Hannah? Do you have a guess?
Protect us, sir.
Yes. Now, I'm sure most of you have read the entry by now. However, if for those that have not, a protect plant is quite important, as if you eat the bulb that is inside the protective layer here, basically a protect plant has a hard coating on the outside, but if you can figure out how to get through the hard coating, inside is something that will protect you. If you consume the onions-like bulb inside, whether it be in a soup or whole, the flowers on top will absorb any minor spell that hits you. However,
Things anyways.
things like the elementals from yesterday, if they were to strike you, it would not help at all. However, in Vev's case, if she had one of these on her and someone was trying to, that was an enemy, cast that transmutation spell on you, it probably would have diffused it. Hopefully that provides a good example and basis. However, you can only be under the effect of one of these at a time. If you consume another bulb, it cancels out the previous effect. whether that be some sort of jealousy that the bulbs have of each other, or perhaps only one Proteka can be there at a time. That is not me to. I do not know as to why. That is for it to decide. But you must keep the flower on you for the effect to work. If it is too far away, it will not be able to absorb the magical effect. Is there any questions about a Proteka moving forward?
Spider just turned into a train.
Now, for those that still have seeds to spend, you can purchase the seeds for the greenhouse if you'd like to continue growing these. Just approach me after class, and I will supply those for a seed for one of your merits, basically. And keep in mind that the effect of the plant renews every day at sunrise. So the next day you can eat a new one after sunrise. All right, now I'll turn to page 11. This is a new plant that has not really been discussed much around here on campus. You can see here the one with the blue bells. This is a pleuris plant. Now, I know some of you have already had experience with these in the infirmary. Who would that be? You'd like to raise your hand? All right, Rin so far. I believe there might be one or two others. Could you describe your experience to everyone?
I ate it.
All right, and after you ate it, Rin, what did it do for you?
My mana go. Yay.
All right, so her mana went yay if you did not hear her. But so basically, long story short, if you plant one of these and let it fully grow, after a day, it will absorb a day's worth of mana, which is about the same strength as half a mana potion. However, if you get an attunement crystal or some other sort of mana containment thing, you can attach it by having it touch the plant itself, or put it inside the bulb. It will charge it like a recharger based on the sun. If it's not on the sun, it will not work. Do we have any questions regarding the pleuris? Or would anyone like to consume some mana and perhaps eat it? Yes, Rin. Pass this back to Rin. She seems hungry. Unlike her goat.
Yeah, I fed that a lot.
All right, and then we have one final.
It'll explode.
Yes. All right, and while she chomps on that,
moves so loudly.
What are you? Oh my god!
all right. Well, thank you for demonstrating how to get your mana back. All right. Lastly, on page 13, this plant I cannot show you. There's a reason for that. A Loxor plant is quite a rare and hard to find plant. In fact, everyone sees it as something different. Or everyone sees it the same. It really depends on which one you find. Now, only those extremely attuned to nature or extremely small creatures, such as a tortoise, is commonly used. Wait, did I somehow grab a book over here? Okay, I will back up. Basically, this can only be seen or found by a small creature or someone extremely tuned to nature, as I said. Now, this plant, if you push some mana into it and push it against a lock of any kind or some minor seals, it will consume itself and unlock the mechanism even without the key. As you can imagine, the rich and powerful do seek these out and will pay handsomely. Perhaps so handsomely that one day you could open up a club or something, or a tavern, with all that money. Anyway. This Loxor, if you ever found one, you could, of course, use it for your own or consider selling it. Like I said, you'd get rewarded handsomely. Now, you will not find these often. They are extremely rare, as I said. Only a few are growing in the world at any given time, and they do not have seeds. So we cannot provide you the seeds to grow these. There is a method that some folk use. Those that hunt these for sport and hunt those for profit tend to capture tortoises, and after a tortoise has a batch of eggs, they will put a fence around the tortoise. Then a tortoise naturally will seek out a Loxor in order to open the fence so it can get back to its young that it is trapped from. And it is then the hunters will find it and grab the Loxor for themselves. Of course, I'm sure that they open the gate for it and let it back to its young after it's found their Loxor, and then they go off and become wealthy. However, that does not always mean that a tortoise can find a Loxor nearby, as they are far and few in between. Yes, Rin?
What if there's a door with multiple locks on it?
It would only open one of them, I believe, unless it is considered a single mechanism. That is a good question. Perhaps one day if you find one, you might want to test that theory, but the issue with these is they're so uncommon that not many would want to sacrifice it for such a test. Is there any other questions about any of the plants moving forward before any of you can approach and purchase the seeds for Proteka and Flora? Yes, Shizuko?
This Luxor, would it be able to unlock other things than just physical, mechanical locks?
Yes, it does work on some seals of certain magnitude. I would believe up to what level of spell do you believe of seal? Would it be able to open up to 4 or 5? It's not used very commonly on them though. It's more used to find out treasure.
It's got a bit of a boost behind it. You can unlock a 5th, maybe a 6th.
So you might be able to open up to a 6th level seal, but that would take a considerable amount of skill and mana behind it. So perhaps for yourself up to a level 4, 5 if you're lucky. How does that sound? Does that make sense? Any other questions before you can all depart for today?
Headset.
As I know you have a lot of studying to do. Alright, it seems there's no questions then. Alright, then everyone... Oh, yes, Shizuko.
Could you use it to unlock something that was inside yourself?
If it was a seal or a mechanical lock, perhaps it could be used to do such a thing. However, finding one to test it, that would be up to you, if you were considering this yourself. Someone else might have to use it upon you, however, as it would be considered yourself and not a lock. Also, there are some, yes, I know some of you might be curious in the back. Yes, some people have in the past used these to unlock chastity belts of princesses, yes. However, most of them get their head cut off.
Did you really think I was asking? I can't believe it!
You were really excited looking. And hippy hoppy.
Can't you guys think about anything else?
Disgusting.
I want one.
Alright, if there's no more
I'm
questions, however.
literally programmed to think about that.
Disgusting.
Oh, this is disgusting. Reproduction is necessary.
Some sick people.
Alright, well, is there any more questions, or else I can dismiss you for now? Alright, everyone. You are dismissed for today. Thank you for attending. For those that wish to buy these seeds, please approach me after class. I'll be up here for the next few minutes.
Both of them, please.
Spider monkeys.
Spider monkeys.
Understood. That'll be 2 of your merits. Would you like to, you can even take... Well, their seeds are merits.
Excuse me, I gotta grab these books.
It's come to my attention that referring to them as seeds has become a joke.
Gotta wake up eventually.
But yes, that'd be 2 of your seeds. Feel free to take that with you and plant it if you'd like to get started. But I will have stacks of seeds in there here momentarily for everyone. That's up to you, though.
I'll wait for that. Thank you.
There are lots of things.
Understood.
Welcome back to
You're welcome.
Yeah, I'm great. I'm doing great.
Perhaps you can tell me later.
What's up, bro?
How are you today, Esme?
Would anyone like these before I dispose of them?
Yes, sir. I'll take the Proteka.
Alright, here.
Thank you for the books.
You may have it.
Well enough.
I'll leave this here for whoever else.
A little bit of light reading?
Could be better. Go check on Pickwick. He's in the infirmary.
Nice.
In your studies.
And some things happened to him yesterday.
Yeah.
Is there no one else?
I guess we should replant this.
A lot of time to concentrate on studies.
Sorry, it was a bit loud. What was that?
Yes, that's why you're ready before you
Unless
hit him again. Make sure that you...
this is already full grown.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Yes. Busy.
both.
I can't. Have to find a way to kill it? Yes.
I guess. I don't know. I don't
I'm
really
going
know
with
how this works.
Willow.
I don't pretend to know how anything's.
Who's a caretaker after Willow?
That's fair.
Some seeds, or would you like to continue
I'm
sorting?
following.
Now with Professor
Is
Von.
Willow
Thank
even
you.
aware?
No clue. But that's there.
Alright.
Might have some juices of the spirit.
Right. Where did our other...
Perhaps next time you should fall on him. He's a bit chunkier in the floor.
Oh
me?
my!
I know where I'm going.
Huh. Well. Victor. Come with me.
I'm going to go back to the infirmary and see how
Esme.
Professor Von is doing.
What?
Ah, yes, I do need to check on
You
I see your...
Pickwick now.
text me?
Let me make
So
sure
I'm
everything's
hanging
cleaned
out
up.
with the bros.
I'm gonna
Because
go.
you know what bros before?
Time for more training.
Alright.
No time to waste.
What?
I need to get to the point where anyone,
Esme wants to come and have a look at Pickwick as well.
everyone who fights me.
But maybe
Well, I'll be
it's
heading there
might have
myself
some
as well. I
insight.
was asked to.
Or
I guess I'll see you there.
punched or something.
Indeed,
Maybe not
Headmaster.
killed. I'm not really a guy that kills someone unless they try to hurt my friends. I mean, I'm really not that type of guy. I'm more
Don't let you accidentally hit them with a fireball.
Oh,
Time
just
for
the
this
game.
one.
Yeah.
I'll torch your ass. I'll torch you good, I will.
Yes, it's Shizu. I know.
I'll turn you into a cheesy bacon in a minute.
Later.
Yes.
How do you know?
I didn't take
was
you
just
for a
kidding,
thin
Arbor.
skin.
I was just kidding. I was just
It
kidding.
didn't sound like you were.
Arbor.
I'm not against him.
Hey, Arbor, come on.
Alright.
You know lots
I would never.
and we would enforce that you use them.
Come on.
Even myself does not know too much.
And you are
But I
Shizu.
can head there now. I was about to go head on the Pickwick problem,
Maybe.
but
That is
not
my
many have really
idea.
mentioned much. I've witnessed
Look,
What is
her
your
being
name?
treated with her.
I wouldn't do it.
I've
I'm
witnessed,
Alberto.
well, so far, Presley
Besides,
seems to think she has a split
I
personality.
train
That's about it.
and I work hard because I want to make sure you guys can be safe with my power.
But which way did Willow go?
No disrespect,
Well,
Shizu.
that's why we're also here.
If you have additional information, we could perhaps head there.
Oh.
We're in it together, right?
I gotta go.
Alright.
Huh? What?
You what?
Apparently Willow is with her.
I said we're all in it together.
That is direction.
How'd you
Right?
catch
That's
it?
right.
Head towards their office,
That
perhaps.
makes no sense.
We are in it together.
I
I
got
think Zach's
a
waiting on you.
piano today.
You
Let me
got
keep
a
you up.
piano. I thought you caught a piano. I was like, how is that
I'll meet up with you later,
possible?
okay?
Sure.
Well, let me
Heard
see.
of
Yeah.
pitching anything, but not piano.
I used my bluff
Hey,
to
Ryder.
buy one.
What's up, pal?
You want to do some sparring today?
I thought
So you have to forgive me, but at this point, anything's fucking possible. Okay.
Finally.
No, I was thinking all this whole.
Hmm. What the heck was that? I wonder if she's trying to like sneak around or.
Father told me last night that, well, all the yesterday he had a headache. It was getting progressively worse. He went to the graveyard because that's where he could relax, and apparently, while he was there at some point, he turned half black, wispy, shadowy, started acting as if he was a different person, but still claimed to be Pickwick.
Have you examined his body since then? Because I recall the last time he complained about headaches for several weeks, something sprouted on his body.
But we do know that there is an extra crystal here.
My hands are a bit too shaky recently, so I don't think maybe this should do it.
Oh, what should help? Oh. Would you like to examine Pickwick for us?
Sure. What's going on?
Well, if I recall, the last time he complained about headaches for a long period of time, at least to me, something sprouted out on his body. So if you could take a look. They seem to have noticed something on his forehead, but if you could take a closer look, that'd be helpful.
That's definitely another crystal. This one's black. The two that were there before were just green and the white one.
Alright, so the black one's new. Out of curiosity, you said he was complaining about headaches for more than just yesterday?
Well, for all of yesterday. Since the morning, he told me he'd been having a headache. I asked him if he needed anything for it, and he said he was okay, as he usually does. But it persisted throughout the day. Until, I suppose, the crux happened in the middle of the night. And
Was
I
anyone
came here.
in this group here part of the elemental circle with him yesterday?
I was in an elemental circle with him yesterday.
So no one in here could answer the question of if they summoned something of that affinity?
We did not summon a dark affinity, man. But the headaches started before. I believe you mentioned it as early as the beginning of the morning. If I remember correctly, though I could be wrong.
That's a lot less time than the last time. I was not present for when the white one sprouted, but I was there for the green one. Esme, are you able to check inside, or does he not dream?
I need permission, and he's unconscious.
I see.
And he usually doesn't sleep either. So, don't know if dreaming is something.
So is he unconscious or a forced meditation of sorts? That's the question now.
I'm honestly unsure. He's been unresponsive all night.
He's been here since last night?
Yes. Dr. Carver brought him in.
There's a chance that it's not finished growing in, but beyond that, I cannot do anything but guess.
Professor Vaughn said he was
here,
going to come have a look, but I haven't seen him.
Will there be students here watching over him, or are we just going to let him rest to see if perhaps it's just finishing growing in?
He looks in the same condition now as he did last night.
I can stop by later on.
I'll probably check
if you
on
guys
him
could
periodically.
check in on shifts, that'd be quite helpful.
Okay. What the hell?
It seems there's some people training in the stadium.
Check it out.
The other two that were already in his head, after he stopped getting headaches, they didn't seem to cause him any trouble, so maybe it'd be best just to let it.
Yeah, sadly, from a medical perspective, there's not much we can do for him as a spirit. If we hadn't perhaps Willow or Vaughn check, they might know a little more. Spirits are a bit beyond me.
Vaughn said he was looking into it. Hopefully he can help.
Understood. I'm gonna go check in on the stadium to make sure no students are injuring each other or overexerting themselves. Last thing I need is someone trying to summon an elemental without guidance or supervision.
Exactly. honest one. I'll be here when you come back. Thank you for looking after him. Checking up on him at least.
Sure thing. Hopefully he'll be awake in the morning.
Good?
One to fall?
All right then.
Or
I don't know if this is sanctioned or not.
It's just a friendly spot.
Okay. How much can do that? Floppy.
Nice one. Your follow through needs to be sure. You weren't confident there.
Hey,
yeah!
let go!
All right, here it comes.
Reference, that's the same move I pulled on Ryder.
oh,
Still standing.
Nice. Are you good to go on? Can you continue?
You better believe.
I'm ready when you are.
Sweep!
Backwards kick! That was close.
Weak spots.
All right then.
All right.
Maybe, I don't know.
Well, I have some other stuff I need to polish. But this will be the end.
Your weaknesses are hard to find.
You're already exploiting one of them now.
Very true. However,
I want you to notice my breathing.
somehow get out.
Listen.
That's true.
Giving you time.
Oh no. When someone runs with their arms behind their back, you can't hit them. It's a good skill.
It's practically a rule.
Now. Sweet.
Leap attack!
Roll!
Good thing he yelled his attack, or else he wouldn't have known.
That's what
Now
I keep saying.
Let's go.
I keep saying.
Also, he's yelling "Wata." Do you think he's thirsty? Now he's my partner.
I mean, he's
What?
Cut it out!
Ow! Oh God!
he might need some liquids or ice.
He just bit his demonic teeth.
Double axe handle!
What?
Straight down!
No!
This isn't any action.
These attacks are fueled by the power of imagining.
True. That's a good possibility. I'm glad I have context for this.
Hello.
What the heck?
What is that supposed to mean?
That was awesome.
I said, I'm glad I have context for this.
Everything hurts.
Do you want a hand?
I have self-healing. You should
What's that
I don't
look
know.
after
I can
Zach
see up your
first.
skirt.
Okay.
You need to move
I'll
away
be
from me.
okay.
What's
No
wrong?
reason.
I can
can't
see
hear
up your
you.
skirt, Rook.
What was that? I can't
Rook,
hear you.
Rook, I'm in pain right now. This is more pain than what I've gone for.
Well, oh, it hurts all around. Those spike glows aren't just for show.
Sorry for biting you in the leg. Nasty swing. Whew.
So, you exploited one of my weaknesses already, which is why I
It might
run.
be a good idea not to advertise that in the middle of the enchanted circle.
I don't care that people know. I just want everyone else to know that that weakness will be cleared up soon. I just have to run a little bit more.
You forget when you pull people down to the ground, you leave your legs open.
We'll have to go more.
That's what I noticed.
You have your bow.
Yeah.
Fighting?
You telegraph your moves when you punch. You'll have to work on it. Make them sharper, more unreadable.
So we're going to fight.
There's several medical students as well as me here. We should
Yeah, I've been.
Do either of you need anything looked at? Broken bones, bruises?
Hand to hand.
You two are kind of the manly type, so.
I just, you know, is there any like health potions?
Normally, I'd
Seems a little bit, huh?
I don't have any with me at the moment.
Oh, the headmaster.
or something.
I'll go med bay.
Okay.
Just get one.
You sure?
It's not like medicine, right?
Yeah, I'll be alright.
Might be.
Might be. So it's a bit of both, huh? Don't push her too hard. Want me to drop the bubble?
Oh, stacks that I need. Okay. I mean, what if I hit you? I haven't spotted anyone.
I'll shrug it off.
Get a med pack, by the way?
Unless they're magical.
Yeah.
They are?
Yeah.
And I better watch out.
Okay.
We're already starting to. What's it called?
We need to find our strengths and weaknesses.
Everybody does. We need to fight with people that we're not confident in.
That would be both your legs if I use the sharp end.
Ow.
To be fair, he is fighting an archer.
Don't aim at me, aim where I'm going. Better.
Come on, Rin. You've got this.
Man, he's precise. Did you see how he blocked that?
Better.
I can say that much. Victor's a lot faster than me. Not too much.
Sorry.
It's different though. When
You've
go
landed
through
2 shots.
the fighting, but only having to concentrate on
It's not enough.
sword, his feet.
No, you'll need to land more. Vital areas. My legs, for example, take longer to heal. Reduce my speed. Or if you can land a lucky shot in my heart.
I don't want to aim that.
You will eventually have to, if you ever face one of us.
I wouldn't fight one of you.
What if you have no choice? What if you're cornered? Or
I don't want to think about that.
what if they have magic?
Hit it with my bow. What does that do? What is that? Stop. What are you doing?
Draining you. My tolerance is far greater than yours. This is what you could be. Something more.
Victor!
Victor, fucking stop! Fuck. Hey. No, fucking get away from me.
Would one of the medics like to go see to her, please?
Looks like one of them already is.
Go after her. Stark.
Rin.
Sorry, I thought you were someone else.
It's okay.
What is it?
You need medical attention after that. At least a vitality potion. Also,
Yeah. What?
didn't you hear me?
Yeah, you said also.
Nothing.
I'm just...
Sorry.
Okay. I'll take the book.
Come on. You gave blood before, right?
No. I haven't.
Vitality potion then. There's gotta be one around here somewhere. At least a vial. Take this. I'll grab you some water as well.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
Okay.
I'm sure I've already assaulted your stuff, but... Alright.
Just wasn't. He said hand to hand, so. Thank you.
Take the empty vial.
What he said isn't necessarily wrong, though. I don't agree with the way he went about doing it. Still not necessarily wrong.
Did you hear what he said? Everything?
only about half. Just the part about magic and dealing with magic users. How difficult that can be.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you're right.
Ren. I know what Victor said, and I don't agree with it. Don't aim for the heart if you don't want to. Be sure to sit down if you feel lightheaded at all, by the way.
Thank you.
Whichever you pick. Oh, they've dispersed now. Perhaps Ryder then.
Rook, yes, attack Lila.
You don't have admin permissions, and
there we go. The test has been, thankfully. Thankfully, seems that
Since
we've
you gave
revoked
me
his
permission
admin.
to tell,
No,
doesn't that give
no,
me
I
admin?
told you to tell. I did not give you permission.
Well,
I was testing to see if I revoked his admin privileges from his squad, other than Vev.
I gotta go now. I gotta stay with a member from my squad. I'll go later.
Sorry about that. I'm sure that wasn't pleasant to hear.
I didn't really understand, sir, but I figured if it was something you were asking her to do, it was with good reason.
Was making sure that the admin rights were revoked properly, as well as Rook is still following orders, because there's been some students that are worried that he's no longer listening to any orders at all.
Why would
However,
he stop doing
there
that?
is always the chance that he, well, I don't believe there should be a chance that he knew that that was what we were testing. I hope not, but I probably should inform Willow. Is there anything you need to tell me, by the way? How is Rin holding up?
I think she'll be fine. She lost a bit of blood from whatever it was that Victor was doing. I gave her
The
a
same thing she
vitality
did to
potion
Steel.
and some water. She's starting to feel a little bit better. I told her to sit down if she starts to feel lightheaded.
Thank you for that. Appreciate it. Could you tend to Ryder too, though? I believe most of his wounds from the fighting are healed. I'm going to go check in on Willow.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Hey, Ryder.
Arbor. Hey,
Headmaster asked me to check on you. I was going to anyways, but... how are you healing?
It's going along smoothly. Luckily, Zachary didn't know how to produce his punches. So, I took less damage than I thought I was going to take.
Even with those fancy gloves of his?
There's a fatal flaw in Zachary's punching that you should have seen.
Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that I can recognize because I'm a combat specialist, you know? I see
I'm
those
definitely
things.
not that.
Right. But, hey, I'll be okay. As long as my friends come to me for help, I'll always try to lend 110% of who I am.
Sure. In any case, do you want me to at least give it a once-over?
Sure,
That way you don't have
go
any
ahead.
bruises? Here.
Yeah.
You were holding your arm earlier.
Huh? That's amazing.
I kind of figured it out last night. I've been slowly practicing. And I've been trying to call more and more because it doesn't seem as effective. There have been a couple of times where I've tried to heal people in the past and it doesn't seem very effective. The first time I ever did it, Catherine, she'd been severely stabbed in the stomach. It was a pretty deep wound, but I was able to heal it in a matter of a minute or so.
I see.
But ever since I learned to call it back again, I've barely been able to heal scratches and bruising. So I thought about some of what you and Mason told me last night. And I kind of figured it out.
Nice. So, who do you want to protect?
Everyone.
My thoughts exactly. No wonder we're friends.
I figured I'd follow by example.
Well, everyone's taught us so much here. I've learned to be more open about who I am. No, I have this silliness to me. 1 minute and then serious next. You guys have done that for me. That's why I want to do my best to become stronger to make sure that your futures are secure.
I mean, we've been here for almost a year. I mean, haven't you noticed?
Yeah.
It's slowly getting warmer.
Can't really notice anything with my fire and things.
I haven't, but I've noticed that the snow's getting, thinner at least. It's beginning to melt.
Yeah. You know, now that you mention it, I've noticed that too.
Soon it'll be spring. And then we'll all have to go home for a while. But I'm sure we'll all be back soon.
I know it's gonna sound strange me saying, but I'm gonna miss a couple of special people here, you know, while we're gone.
Trust me, I'm gonna miss everyone too. Even the people I'm not particularly fond of. But that's just because being alone sucks.
I'll miss you the most.
You don't mean that. You'll probably miss Zachary the most. He's your best pal after all, right?
Well, yeah, but, you know, he's my man best pal.
Man best pal. Okay.
The best way I could explain it. But, when it comes to
I get it, Ryder.
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm seriously bad at explaining these things. But, I would definitely miss you a lot. I'm gonna go to the range and practice more of my technique.
Go for it.
Before I, go home back to the demon world. I need to be able to freshen up on a couple of my techniques before setting foot in, back at home. There's one thing, about a demon you ought to know.
What's that?
We're always fighting. There's never a breather in between. When I come back, I'll probably look something a little bit different. Probably won't have to do. Why? It's just because of who I am, who I attract.
Okay. Well,
But,
I guess I'll look forward to it then. Seeing how you've changed. I guarantee you I won't have. Maybe. Maybe I'll actually try doing something different with my hair. If you're doing something different. I mean, I've had the same hairstyle since I was born.
I used to have this low cut that I always liked. Even though my mom wanted me to look all cool and stuff for the school, it never really benefited me in any sort of way. I don't really understand what she was aiming for.
My mom's never been one to tell me what I should do with my hair. Doesn't really grow or anything anyway, so...
Oh, trust me, once you have a mom about as scary as mine, you do not want to mess with that woman.
I mean, I don't exactly want to get on my mom's bad side either, but... She's scary when she's angry.
You and I relate in that department. That's... Wow. We relate in that department. Another thing we have in common. You know, what has your mom done that's been, like, super scary?
You wouldn't believe me if I told you, so I'm gonna refrain.
Come
My dad,
on.
though, he's also pretty scary too. He doesn't get angry often, but, yeah, he's pretty scary too.
What? Your dad's scary? My dad's more like a wimp.
Really?
Yeah, he is.
I guess you got all that, fire and passion from your mom, then. Isn't that how that stuff works?
Fire from my dad's side, 'cause he's a demon.
But you said he
my
was
mom...
a wimp.
Well, you have to understand.
Do you mean like the literal fire, like the punch kind of fire kind of thing that you do?
Yeah. That. Don't worry, I aim for the wall. With precision. But, at any rate, my dad is so afraid of my mom that even he's afraid when he steps out of line. He always lets his demon side, you know, take control a lot of the time. And he's all like, I am a perfect demon. Behold, as my awesome power gravitates around the world and stuff. And then my mom comes out of nowhere and clotheslines him. And she has like these weird looking eyes. And I stay around in the corner. I don't want to see her looks. I think I got most of my whimpering from my dad's side.
I guess. Well,
trust me.
In either case, I'll look forward to seeing what happens. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to be doing. Mason kind of mentioned the other day that I should come and visit his family. But I was a little afraid to talk to him about it.
You should do it if he's inviting you.
Weird. Huh?
You should really do it if he's inviting you and such. After all, I think that me trying to invite a girl over, my mom would probably... Huh? What's up, Treacher?
How's it going, Storm?
Doing alright. I was just talking with Arbor here about my mom and my dad.
Hey, sounds like your mom's a fearsome being.
You don't even know the half of it.
Did you know, Ryder, if you were to have called out her name during the transmutation or the summoning circle, she might have appeared?
You don't want to do that to my mom. And trust me, if you do that... Yeah...
You might need her to feed an army one day, it sounds like.
Hey, she might be able to clothesline all of them. If you'd like to continue that.
From my mom.
Ryder. Ryder, I'm sure it'll be fine. Just don't say her name, during the summoning thing.
Especially while looking in a mirror and saying her name 3 times. She went off about 15 minutes ago. I was testing to make sure that Rook can...
It's okay, Ryder.
I don't think she's going to be here anytime
And there
soon.
goes Vaughn storming off.
She clotheslined me one time. I did about 100 flips in the air before I landed.
Well, it's a good thing you're a resilient lad.
That was her holding back! That was her holding back, you understand?
I'm sure you'll be fine.
I mean,
if you wish to continue that conversation with Mason, you can. I sent him to the library to go do a little bit brush up for finals.
Okay. Oh, I guess I should probably show you as well. I kind of didn't want to steal Mason's, Mason's thunder.
Oh my god. I can't believe you made this pun. I can't believe you did it.
Sorry, sir.
Especially because it's in a lightning affinity, not thunder.
But doesn't thunder always... anyways.
I'm just glad he's not a cat, because then he'd be a thunder cat.
Oh.
Then he can summon one of those snarf things.
I got
break
some
my
advice.
branch and drink me sap.
I don't even understand what that means.
It's a delightful phrase, dear. Don't worry about it. Wonderful. Look at you.
I followed some advice from Ryder and Mason. I learned to call more of it at once.
Good.
Did allowing the others to tap into your mana during the trigrams help at all, too?
I think so. It got easier to call.
That's good. Then the lessons are working. Wouldn't be surprised if some students that aren't never casted in their life start to do so soon.
Sorry. Had a frog in my throat.
It's okay.
Sure it wasn't a Thundercat.
Or a snarf.
Or a snarf. I should have went with that one. Right. Why don't we go see Mason at the library?
Yes, sir.
Yes. I'll let you two to it while he goes and has a giggle fit, I guess.
Should mention the snarf to him. I think he'll get a
I
rightful
will.
laugh out of it.
I believe aren't they the mortal enemies of a bush Wookiee? I recall.
Oh, they are, aren't they?
Yes. Yes,
Oi,
bush
you
Wookiees
know
and
what?
snarfs, they fight all the time. Yes.
Hey, if you ever want to counteract a bush Wookiee, summon a snarf.
Yes.
Come on.
Yes, whatever you do, never summon a snarf named Lino.
A snarf named Lino? Huh.
Oi, he's a legendary snarf. He gets a bit cranky.
I don't really know what a snarf is.
It's a part of the cat family.
Huh. Weird.
Oh, I'm gonna brush in with a couple of snarfs here and there, but
So, Anna's
is that his doing or yours?
stamina, hydration, apps.
2 books at once.
So, start.
Although I did have one of the blues come in and take a book. I didn't even ask for more.
Start. Humans wish to have more of an aptitude towards improving themselves.
Are you trying to research something or? Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. I was trying to study.
Okay. Need help?
How am I supposed to remember all of this? Am I supposed to remember what every single ingredient does? Like, am I supposed to remember what
Well,
common spider legs do and stuff? Like, am
I think so, yeah,
I know
actually.
what Starleaf does, but how am I supposed to remember that? If it's on the exam, and in the exam they're like, alright, well, you're gonna have to tell me how to do the potion for stamina, and I need you to write down what each of the ingredients do, and I need you to do the thing. I don't know how I'm gonna
Possibly,
remember
yeah,
all that
actually.
information. And then you're going to have to put it
Mason.
in order, and going to have to tell me the process by which to prepare each one of those ingredients.
Mason.
And then
It'll be fine.
It's so much!
That's why we're gonna work together. Okay? Trust me, I've been reading and rereading this kind of stuff overnight. It's kind of gotten boring, honestly, though. So, what do you want to start on first?
Well, I mean, I was using the plant life book as the reference for each one of these here because I don't that well. So what I did was I would go to each potion, and then I would what it takes to make the potion, and I go back and I look at the ingredients to see if I could get the breakdown for each ingredient.
That's not a bad idea. I've also found that writing things down really helps you memorize things. That's how Hannah does it, I found out. Have you ever noticed how anytime she learns something new, even if it's something that's already in a book, she writes it down? It helps her memorize it. you could try that too.
True.
I'm sure the tone of my skin gives it away.
I guess.
So, pardon the intrusion, but why is there not?
Okay.
Unfortunately,
So I went through, I guess, the
do something that's wrong.
stamina, which is green, the mana one is blue, and the
Sometimes as they glow, turn red.
health one is red.
Turn dead.
And I think I've got it down. Kind of.
Better that it's just the eyes then.
So the
So I'm sure.
health one is
Not entirely perfect.
that's right. The health one is Starleaf, then it's,
Well, I can empathize with
not Grotto Shroom.
Nope.
Butterfly wings. It's Starleaf and butterfly wings and bone meal.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
Okay, and then the mana one was the Grotto Shroom, as the Grotto Shroom has the regenerative properties, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then I went to no. Okay, so that one is Starleaf, Grotto Shroom, and it's not bone meal. It's
I can particularly tell that one and Ponticola are struggling quite consistently. I haven't gone anything to find.
Get it again. Man, it's the one thing they don't have at school.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed. Although I share it with good company, don't
Not sure if you're talking about the trees or the books.
By the way, they knew they bury you. Apparently the books are alive.
What?
Yeah, she said something and I don't well it could be a metaphor.
Probably a metaphor.
She uses a lot of metaphors. But she said I had a gray cloud over.
She said that to the rest of us, our first day here. During the morning announcements. Remember? I don't understand what she means by gray cloud.
I do. Trying not to think about it.
For most of these potions, all you need to remember is that Starleaf is usually one of the ingredients.
Okay, is there ever a potion where Starleaf is not the base?
Starleaf.
I don't think so, right?
Aloe vera. Healing balms. But that's not a normal potion.
No.
Starleaf.
And it's also not a potion, it's a balm.
Starleaf. More Starleaf. Yeah. The healing balm is the only thing that doesn't need to. So you could literally cut down almost a third of all of the ingredients that you need to remember by just remembering that all of the ones that
Everything
are actual
starts with Starleaf.
potions. Yeah, the only one that's different is healing balms. For that, you need to use aloe vera.
Oh, did you say potions or potions?
Potions.
Okay, I heard potions and I was very confused.
No,
Okay.
potions.
see. Okay. So, right, hydration potion. So this one.
Starleaf, some water,
Starly,
and
water,
a
and then. So
banana. What happens to a fruit?
Right, no. No. Don't want to use bananas for the hydration potion because bananas don't have that much water in them. That's remember from what Vaughn's lessons. You want to use apples because they have more water in them.
Weird.
You can use bananas, but you probably won't get as much of a result. Bananas have more energy, and that's why you want to use them for the stamina potion.
Yeah.
At least that's what Vaughn said.
Mhm.
I don't know. I just show up to class. It's okay. Okay. And there's heat resistance and cold resistance, and I know the cold one is Moon Gazer Rod.
Yep. That's not really shiny stuff.
And I don't know about the heat.
Ember bulbs. Those are the things that we saw while we were at the camp.
At the camp.
Desert lizard blood. I don't think we've ever encountered it because we've never really been to a desert, so there's no desert lizards. Unless there's somehow a desert nearby, which I don't think there is.
Unless you count a couple.
You're right. Komodo dragon lizards are, I think, desert lizards. So you could draw blood from it to make a heat-resistant potion.
Well, I probably wouldn't want to get rid anywhere near her.
I don't know where.
Jeez.
I don't know where that kind of lizard is from.
Probably for. Like someplace called Kodo? I don't know.
I have no idea.
Okay.
I know the headmaster knows a bit about them. If we really want to know, we could probably ask him.
Well, it's no good because apparently to prepare the desert lizard blood you have to add crystallized mana dust.
See, I'm not entirely sure. I think mana crystals are in the cave.
That's right. Oh, man.
The mana crystals can then be turned into other things, like attunement crystals or keystones. I'm pretty sure we can make most of these potions here. In the Woolder's camp. I think that's the ones in that other cave.
Woolder's camp? Is that the one leading to the... No.
I don't know what kind those are.
Grottos.
Are they? They always looked different to me.
I think squats from...
We could go check.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. Let's go check. But first, we gotta respect the books.
Don't want to make the new librarian mad at us.
Yeah, I don't really think about what would happen if someone disrespected any of our books. Anyways. After you. Wait, actually? book with us.
Oh. Sorry.
You okay?
I'm okay.
We could just take the book with us.
Sure.
She said it was okay. So.
Hmm. Looks cloudy.
It's the one near the hot spring, right?
Mm-hmm. I'm wondering if it's gonna rain. It feels cloudier outside.
Hope it's
Same.
Oh my goodness.
Huh?
Let's keep. No.
Ugh! It's a rat.
Yep. No.
That is a big rat.
Yeah, we have a lot of it.
Ugh.
Oh, doesn't matter. Well, I was able to get out. Okay. Hold the book.
Sure.
What? I'm having a day today, so I'm just gonna go and walk around.
Okay. Mm. Huh? Mason? Mason!
I'm okay. I'm okay. I didn't do it on purpose.
You're all wet.
Okay.
Let's hurry up and we'll get back to the dorms.
Yeah.
Before you freeze out here.
Such a...
Maybe you should have run around to the other side that had the ramp? These definitely aren't grotto shums. They're really big too. It seems okay.
Just having one for reference.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Look, you check it? Sure.
This one doesn't have the pictures. This is the potions book.
Right. All we need is to know. Yep. That's what I was looking for.
Place extract into boiling
from
water for 30 seconds. Grind solid, extract to dust, and then apply the dust.
Yep. That's what I was looking for. Stop my vision. Something.
Well.
Ooh. I'm gonna go to.
Let's head back to the dorms.
Where is the shop? Where
Do you want me to wait outside or?
Yeah, just give me a minute.
Okay, I'll sit out here. Did he fucking die? I think he died. Shit, the boy died. Too bad she never reads. Hello? Wait, PL is already closed? It's not even 3 o'clock. What the hell? Here, I was thinking maybe afterwards we could go do that. Guess we'll chill out here. My hip tracker loses its shit. They had some stuff happen? Wait, what do you mean had some stuff happen? Nothing bad, I hope. Where's my wall? Oh, that's actually my closet door. There we go. So how are you all doing tonight? Hope you guys are having a fun time. I've been having a pretty good night. Having some fun with the roleplay. You know. As it do be. You. Doing alright? Well. Hopefully Jay gets back. I don't think he's back. I'm sure it's taking him so long to get back. Is he like just waiting to get back into the world? It looks like he's online now, but big things happened today and now you're really tired? Whoa, what big things happened, hun? Tell me all about it. Also, I think I noticed Lazy Dude Wallace up a 0. Cyrilda, Nitsage, Hayatsune, Cyrilda, I think. I already said Cyrilda. Oh, I didn't say Cyrilda. Lazy Dude. Goldmine. Ooh, woo. Rage Moon, all of you guys, thank you so much for all the support tonight. That was some crazy shit. He coming? Okay, well we sit out here then. Oh, that bitch coming. Chat used Hype Train. It was super effective. Yeah, no, that was really cool. It was really nice of you guys. I really appreciate it. This weird ass emote? What is that? What the fuck is that? Is that a fucking rat? Hype unicorn. Huh. That is definitely not a strange thing. First, get your driver's license so I can drive legally, and then your cat caught a mouse? Yo! First off, that's fucking sick. You got your driver's license. That's really cool. Remember when I finally got my driver's license? I was almost 16, I think? Almost 17, I think? I don't know. It took me a little while. But yeah, definitely congrats. And you cat caught a mouse, okay. I think he's back, so we're gonna head back in, okay? Mwah.
Okay, much better. Hey,
Feeling better?
sorry about that. Yeah, it's a little cold, so I just had to change clothes.
Understandable.
You seem pretty comfortable.
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm just sitting here reading.
Be comfortably reading, uncomfortably reading. There's two versions.
What?
Never mind. Anyways, are you ready to go back?
We can either go back, or stay here, or whatever.
Well, all the books are at the library, so.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm hopefully not gonna jump off. What? Huh. Yeah, hopefully I'm not gonna jump off of any ledges again. So there'll be that.
Hopefully not.
Okay.
Have you seen Ignis at all?
I
The
haven't,
last time
sir.
I saw them was at Lyceum.
That's
But that was a
where I
while
was
ago.
just a moment ago. Alright, we find tree. Alright. Oh, they're on the roof. Is that them? Alright. Thank you for your help.
Yes, sir. Okay. Note between the two of us, the roof is no longer safe.
Oh. Yeah, possibly.
Ah. Good. Hello. That answered my question. Still.
Hmm.
Okay. So, answered that question.
Mm-hmm.
So, what else do we have?
What do you mean?
It isn't cold.
There was an incident with a ledge and a river, and my clothes got wet, so I took them off, changed.
Fair enough. The two of you don't always have to stand at attention when I approach. I know that you're trying to remain professional, as it is an academy of the militaristic, but for heaven's sake, I'm not going to be like Arbor and scold you for not always standing at attention.
I'm pretty sure even Carver wouldn't do that, sir.
I don't know that Carver think to do that.
Ah, that's funny. Coming from the man who's in the military, lax in his own duties. But, for the most part, the only times that I require you to be able to stand at attention will probably just be in the morning. Otherwise, after that, unless you are formally coming up to me to ask something of me, just relax. I'm not going to bite your heads off.
Oh, okay.
Understood, sir.
Right. Carry on.
Actually,
Suppose I should go see Specca.
Suppose. I should probably likely check on her too.
what's going on with Spec?
I don't know. Everybody's been treating her so weird ever since they got back from the mission. She's finally
Yeah, there was
seeming more
something
like
about-
herself, and then suddenly everyone's treating her like something's wrong.
Something is wrong.
What do you mean? Nothing's.
Well, just you're right. It's sanitizing, but there's two Speccas, right?
Yes, I'm aware.
So what if when they went out, something happened to Specca that messed with two Speccas?
Well, so.
Or it messed with one Specca, and or one Specca did something
That's the
to
thing.
the other Specca.
When the two are working together, and as she's told me before, in sync, she acts like the old Specca that we know. The one that stutters and is a bit silly at times, you know. Did you get something in your eye, or?
Yeah, my eye itched. Sorry.
Oh, just checking.
I'm thinking. If that's the case, then why did one threaten to put her in a dungeon?
I don't know. Probably because Vev opened her mouth because she thinks she knows everything.
About what?
About Specca.
Okay, well, what did Bev say? Because obviously, if it was patient confidentiality, and Vina already set out in the open, then it's public knowledge at this point, so it's not really a breach of patient confidentiality, because people already broke the patient confidentiality.
She shouldn't have talked about it in front of everybody. But she thinks that Lyra has taken over, but that's the thing. Her behavior doesn't match that. There were a couple of things that Specca told me that are signs that Lyra's in control.
Okay, like what?
I shouldn't talk about it. She told me in confidence.
Okay, well, let's
just trust me when I say that I saw her
A and Specca B
say and do things that matched what she told me, which means that Specca isn't Lyra.
Well, yeah, that was obvious. You just look at her and know that there's two different things going on. One of them speaks obviously a lot more straightforward, more straight shooter. The other one is a lot more shy and reserved. And one of them is, I don't know, they're more blunt. They tend to have a tendency to just basic how see things called things as they are.
That's Becca. The shy, stuttery one is the both of them together. When they're in sync, like Specca thinks they should be.
Who was the more mischievous sounding one from the other day when Vaughn threatened to put Specca in prison?
I don't know.
Because, for whatever reason, they were begging to go with another squad. They didn't want to be with Ignorant Squad.
Wouldn't you want to be with a
But
different
Vaughn
squad
was
if your own squad was mistreating you?
It's fair. We'll figure it out. We gotta study. We gotta study. We gotta study. We gotta study. Anyways. Okay, we know this one, right?
I sure hope you do.
I don't remember anything. Okay, Conjuration. The Conjuration School of Arcane Magic calls material creatures or energy to the caster and can also reverse the sun creatures to other places. Either.
Do you remember what all 9 of them are first? That's the first step.
Abjuration, Conjuration, Divination, Evocation, Enchantment, Invocation, that's not. There's one that starts with an I. I know it starts with an I. Illusion.
There you
and there's.
Do you remember the acronym I taught you? Do you need me to remind you?
Yeah.
Ardent can't do extra exams if nobody tells us. Simple as that. Abjuration, conjuration, divination, enchantment, evocation, illusion, necromancy, transmutation, and universal, which is the catch-all.
I forgot transmutation.
We just did it the other day. Remember when we were doing
I know.
You'll get it.
It's hard to remember.
Once you know what all 9 are, you can then start making sure that you know what they actually do or can be used for. So, do you remember what conjuration is?
Summoning?
Sort of, yeah.
Like calling something to you or sending it away?
Sort of, yeah. There's one other thing you can do with it. Do you remember what the other thing is?
Can make things, I'm assuming.
Exactly. You can create things with conjuration. Okay, next one. Well, let's start with the first one. Abjuration. What can you do with it?
Yeah.
That one's the one about barriers and defensive spells and runes.
Spells. Okay.
Let's see, you already did conjuration. Divination. Do you remember what divination is?
That's like finding stuff, or like a divining rod thing,
Mm-hmm.
or is it like divinity, like comes from like a holy source kind of thing?
No. That's
No?
a different type of casting. Using a divine energy source. There's a different book for that one. Divination is just being able to see or detect something that's not exactly there, whether it's something that's really far away or something that you can't see with your eyes. Like detecting magic is one of the ones that they list here. Otherwise, you can scry. It's also the thing that Specca does when she pulls out all the cards and she tries to tell the future. She gains a glimpse into the future and can use her cards to tell you what that future is.
Huh.
Let's see.
Wait, that lady could see the clouds. Okay.
Maybe. You'd have to ask her if it's divination. The ability to see something that's not really there. Or maybe she's just speaking metaphorically and talking about how some of us are sad or something. I don't know. That's the only other thing I can think of. And I guess when she did come in, a lot of us were right off the end of, you know.
Anyways, what's the next one?
Enchantments.
Okay. That's easy, right? That's like take something that's pre-existing and I guess give it like a boost or something, or change it in some type of way, I guess.
I think so. That might actually be something else.
I don't try. It's hard.
I think it is. I remember them talking about it.
I get this stuff.
I'm not entirely sure. I think that might be. But the other thing, there's something else you can use enchantment for. I think there's a song about it.
Wait, what?
Mm-hmm. A song. Where it's a guy singing about how he's gonna cast a spell on you and...
Oh god. Okay, well, I don't want anybody casting any spells on me about
No. Like,
but
it's a love song. It's supposed to be like romantic or something.
wait, so is that like you can compel someone to do something?
Charms or compulsion. They list in here. Charms are spells that make the target regard the caster as a friend and be more suggestive. Whereas compulsion, they try to force the target to do something that might be against their will. One's more like
Wait,
suggestion,
so-
the other one's more, you know, not as nice.
Wait, so yesterday when they did the trigram and they tried it on Ravina, that wasn't compulsion, was it?
It might have been.
Or
Where
was
they
it
gained control
charm?
over her?
Yeah.
It might have been a combination of two different spell types. Transmutation to make her, well, smaller in that case. But also compulsion. So that way she would follow commands. I don't really
Well,
know
it
how
didn't
these things
work
work
until she got
perfectly, so
really
I couldn't
big,
tell
but-
you for sure. Anyways, let's see. So enchantment. Evocation. Do you remember what that one is?
it's like... Wait, is that like what I did with my hand? Like I can call stuff like forward, like in some like the like.
It's usually elemental type stuff, I think. The way the book specifically lists it says the School of Magic that's sorry. The Evocation School of Magic includes spells that manipulate energy or tap an unseen source of power in order to produce a desired end. In effect, they create something out of nothing. Many of these spells produce spectacular effects, and evocation spells can deal large amounts of damage. Many iconic offensive spells, such as Magic Missile, Lightning Bolt, and Fireball are all of the Evocation School. The Evocation School has no sub-schools. A wizard who specializes in evocation is known as an evoker.
Wait, does that make me an evoker?
I don't think you're really considered a wizard, but if you want,
Well, because I don't use mana.
you're a wizard, Mason.
Ah! I get struck by like.
I don't think so. I was just saying you're a wizard. I mean, if
I'm
you
not
want to
a
be.
wizard.
Wizards
I don't
don't
wanna be a
usually
wizard.
use big metal swords, though.
Yeah, no, and they ride around on brooms and stuff. I don't do that. Anyways, okay, so
Okay.
What's the next?
Next one down the list is illusion. I really hope you know what this one does.
Isn't that? I guess it changes what one perceives.
Basically,
Like it
yeah.
could be like,
The way they specifically list it is it includes spells that deceive the senses or minds of others. So, do you remember those glamour things that we used?
yeah, I remember.
The magic in those potions were glamours, specifically. And that's actually the name of one of the sub-schools. Illusion is all about changing what people perceive. So, you got that one right. Do you remember what the next one is, necromancy?
That's what we fought at the crypt.
Mm-hmm.
Where they were messing with souls, I guess, or I guess it's like life. It deals with life.
Pretty much. The way they list it is necromancy was a school of magic whose spells manipulate the power of death, unlife, and the life force. A wizard who specializes in the necromantic school was known as a necromancer. Spells involving undead make up a large portion of this school, including Animate Dead and Finger of Death. This school highly focuses on the negative energy plane. Most spells from this school drain abilities. This school is one of the most associated with lichdom, a process that allows the caster to live, or rather, exist, in an undead state indefinitely by securing their essence in a receptacle known as a phylactery. But there's the positive part, the kind that, Specca uses. Where it focuses on healing.
Okay.
Ready for the next one?
So transmutation.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember what that one does? We talked about it already once.
That was the one that made the scorpions go from little baby scorpions to the big ones.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So it can change things, or change the properties of things.
Mm-hmm. Specifically the physical properties. So it's the same thing that Vevena and both Lila and Zachary do. I think Ryder too. When they all change and transform into something big and spooky.
And they're like, "Roar!"
Mm-hmm. Basically.
Okay.
That's transmutation. Transmutation. Bleh.
Transmason.
I mean, I guess.
I don't know.
Specifically, the sub-school is known as Shape Change. Sort of like Shapeshifter, but instead of saying shift, it's change. I don't know. I don't know why that's that important.
Shape change.
Anyways, do you remember what the last one is?
Universal.
Mm-hmm. There is one note on this page, though. Do you know what the one sub-school to this one is?
Is it like Universal? So that's like I think.
I'll give you a hint. It's something you're casting right now.
My brain? I'm just thinking.
No. Something
Just
you're
thinking.
casting right now.
Casting it? I'm not casting anything.
Yeah, you are.
Wait. Wait. Literally or metaphorically?
Literally.
The only thing I'm casting. Well, I'm not casting magic, that's for sure. The only thing I can cast at this point is a shadow.
There you go.
Wait, what?
The final page. The only extra sub-school that's there is shadow magic. Says using
what is
extra
shadow
dimensional
magic?
energies, spells from this sub-school are partially real and can affect the world around them or damage things. You might want to try and remember that one.
Oh. Okay. So I gotta put the book.
We can restudy it again later, once you think you've kind of got it in your head. Makes me wonder if shadow magic is universal, if light magic is, like, also universal.
Universal? Hmm. There's a lot of things out there in the universe that so it's on me.
What else do you want to study?
Make our way around, I guess. Is that the book about the mind?
Mm-hmm.
You know, if that comes up on the exam, I'm gonna be upset.
I mean, there's not much to read here. It's called Ashfar Mine. It's one of the two, well, I guess the only really mine. The other one's more like a cave that they don't really use for much. It just talks about the history.
Some of the pictures cross up just help my profits to my schools. Many of us to stones found have already protected schools down. I'm exhausted of two crystals. Some ships cities to protect them, such as Joseph. So some ship down. Comparison to his another 2 crystals was called its compass. It's a couple mass-produced stones and the company these crystals. Stones.
Got it?
Okay, cool, got it.
Basically, it talks about how the school was able to fund itself using the mine and the attunement crystals in there. The attunement crystal is the big thing that's on top of the school building, remember?
Yep.
That's an attunement crystal. They're like super powered mana crystals, I guess?
It's like a super crystal.
Mm-hmm. Smaller ones, like the ones that we touched at the beginning of the year to determine what kind of magic we might be attuned to.
Wait. What's the difference between a crystal and a gem?
Well, a gem is sort of a crystal. A crystal just really refers to actually the structure and shape of something. If something has repeating patterns or easily identified repeating patterns, a lot of the times you can consider that a crystal. So the structure of my hair, the way it forms into the inner material forms into certain geometric patterns, that makes it a crystal. But not all crystals are gems. Gemstones are generally in reference to the precious gems. Things like, well, everybody knows things like diamonds and opals and jade and, wow, precious
Arbor.
stones. No, that's not the name. It's Spinel.
It was me basically saying that you're very valuable. One more so valuable.
Thanks.
Of course. Okay. We reached the next level.
Greenskins. This is one I could probably stand to brush up on one more time.
Okay.
See, they're mostly from all over the world, but they saturate an area known as the Mountains of Koldor. Koldorian Mountains, the Badlands, and along coasts of the world.
I remember reading this book so much after the incident happened at Augusta.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what happened.
I'm sorry,
All I remember
guys.
is Vargas took the guy's armor and ran off with.
Mm-hmm. Greenskins refer to a lot of things. We'll go through them real quick. There's goblins, which are, I think, one of the smaller ones, but there's a lot of them, and well, as they put it here, they can spawn several generations in a single span of 20 years.
Multiply like rabbits.
Mm-hmm. It says, though, that an adventure amongst their kind is rare but often impactful. The ones that do make a permanent impact on the world are often revered by the goblin kind.
Huh.
And then there's hobgoblins, which are the lawful kind. They are really obsessed with reputation and such. So, if I recall correctly, They're the kind that will try and challenge you instead of trying to stab you in the back while you're, not looking. At least that's what Steele said.
That's pretty honorable,
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Next are orcs, which they say are the most violent. They are involved in a lot of wars. You've seen some of them.
Saw the one.
Orcs thrived after the fall of an elven empire, and the land became cursed. There's several tribes. And there's bugbears, which they say are the most kin to evil, so they're apparently feral and very dangerous, and, well, it's best to avoid them, I think. At least that's what Professor Steele said. He did say that at one point in time he had a friend, one. He befriended one.
Wait. How?
Probably the same way with a hobgoblin. You gain its respect.
So, what I assume then he probably just beat the snot out of it.
Mm-hmm. There's language groups too. There's Peak, Goblin, Brute, and Tribal.
Is anybody besides Steel speaking languages?
I don't know. Not around here. Maybe not. I don't really know. That's the end of the book.
Next.
Lycanthropes.
Okay.
They're shapeshifters, faster than normal humans. Pack animals with complex social structures. Oh, they have the litany.
That's the set of laws that they go by, right?
Mm-hmm. They have an elder, which is known as the Alpha. There are 13 precepts of the litany. Combat the worm wherever it dwells, and whenever it breeds, which I think the worm, he said, is some sort of like ancient beast. Respect the territory of another. So, that sounds like a wolf, I guess? I don't really know. Accept an honorable surrender. So, if you surrender, they shouldn't kill you, I guess? I don't know.
If it's within reason.
They practice submission to those of higher station, but you're supposed to respect those of lower station, too, for all are of Gaia. The first share of the kill for the greatest in station. So I guess if you get something nice, whoever is your leader gets the best stuff first.
You offer the pot to them first.
This one's kind of important, I think. Ye shall not eat the flesh of humans.
Oh, thank God. Thank you. Thank you.
The veil shall not be lifted. I didn't fully understand
What's that
this.
mean? What's the veil?
I didn't fully understand it when Steele was talking about it.
What did he say?
How do you put it? Basically, they have a certain way of living where they don't show themselves to other people. They're kind of, I guess, loners or something.
Keep themselves hidden.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do not suffer thy people to tend thy sickness, so don't be a burden. I think Lila and Zachary try to practice that too often.
All the time.
The leader may be challenged at any time during peace. The leader may not be challenged during wartime. Ye shall take no action that causes a cairn to be violated. And thou shalt only turn...
One who agrees to the tenets.
So basically, if somebody's gonna be turned into a lichen like them, they have to agree to all of those tenets first.
All those things. Wait, what's a cairn? Cairn?
Cairn, I believe it's sort of like these.
Oh. Okay.
Anyways, Farah is the name that the lichens use to call themselves. It's like the lichen people.
Okay.
Now, there's different lichen forms. There is the Homid. Basically, they look like a normal human. They don't even have any of like the tails or things. Then there's the Glabro, which I think is more or less kind of like Lila and Zachary. The Krynos, which they call the true battle form. Basically, it's a human slash wolf. Basically, it looks more
Guess that's
like a
what
wolf.
we call the werewolf.
Kind of, I think. There is the Hispa, which is the massive wolf of nightmare. Basically, think a werewolf, but even bigger and scarier.
Oh.
And then the Lupus, which they call the true wolf norm. Basically like a normal wolf. They've even got some pictures. So, the normal one, the Homid, the Glabro, which is similar to Lila and Zachary. You have the Krynos, which is sort of, well, what they turn into when they go to fight most of the time. And there's the Hispo, which is basically scary werewolf, very fast, and from what I understand, you don't want to mess with it. They're basically feral at that point. And then Lupus, which is like a normal wolf. Let's see, they have a weakness to silver weaponry. Some lichens require a full moon to transform fully. And Wolfsbane.
You have an immunity to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing non-magic attacks. Anything not made with soul weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Attacks.
Have either of you seen Professor Willow?
Last we saw he was with Crescent.
They were leaving.
Whereabouts?
They went to go check up on Specca.
Okay, I went down there. Pickwick is... something happened to his body.
Wait what?
I think the dark spirits come back. Half his body is
clean up
black and
here.
shadowy.
I'll clean up here. Go.
Okay.
I don't really know what to do or if there's anything you can do, but
I don't really know.
hello, Victor.
Hello.
I just don't know what to do, so I think I would grab someone.
Did this just happen now?
I'm unsure. It was like this when I came back.
Really doesn't look good.
This is how he was last night, I think. That's how Carver described it, at least.
Is it safe to get that?
I don't know.
I have no idea. He's still not responsive. The only thing I could think is I haven't been back since it turned tonight. Maybe the time of day.
All these.
I know when we were at the crypt.
You see
Across
it?
the top,
I like-
it's very at the top over here.
There's more over here too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if this is safe for him or not.
Don't know if there's anything we can do. That's the problem.
Oh, his head.
This has to have something to do with that dark crystal.
Wait, what?
Another crystal appeared in his forehead.
Why?
Huh?
One thing leads to another.
I tried to find Willow, thinking maybe he might know more, but Headmaster and Professor Vaughn both said that waiting after for the best, so
If they think we should wait, then I guess we wait, but...
This is wild.
Yeah. Yeah, you can say that again.
Oh, whoa.
Pickwick?
Pickwick?
It's gone.
Wait, what?
Hey, Rick, are you alright?
Huh?
Oh! Jeez, it's happening again.
I'll take that as a no.
Can't get any closer to it.
Mason, can you go see if you can find Professor Willow at all? I've already checked the dungeon. Just check his office. Calm down, Zephyrus. He doesn't mean harm. And I'm right, and this is the Pickwick who is Pickwick but doesn't know us.
What?
Yesterday, I spoke to Pickwick when he was like this. He was different. He was worried and paranoid and didn't know anyone, but still claimed to be Pickwick.
Hmm.
It's gone again. That looks very painful. I wish I knew how to help with this.
I almost wonder if he's being possessed by something else. If it's not actually Pickwick. I recall something like this happening before. Where he wasn't himself. He was saying and doing things that didn't really make sense. So
Maybe.
maybe
Spirits are also pretty complex. Luckily, it is another part of him that you just don't know.
maybe.
Lots that Pickwick doesn't even know. He seems to be struggling back and forth.
Hmm.
I wonder if this is part of the process of the crystal coming in, or if it is, like you said, it's evading force.
I don't really know how to tell.
Alright.
If it's something invading, we should probably do something, but I don't know what.
I'm just worried if it's not invading and it's a part of him and we try and do something as if it is. And then we hurt him because of it. Don't want to make any rash decisions.
Just doesn't really make sense.
That has been the one thing I've learned about spirits. They make a whole lot of knots. They don't follow by the same rules we do.
No, but still, there's patterns to these things. If
Hmm.
if something happens, there's an effect.
I think in this respect, it's more than likely all on that crystal that exposed itself. Maybe Pickwick has finally figured out who he is. I don't know if he feels pain like the rest of us, but that does sure be the pain.
Yeah.
Same as before, then, it looks like.
It's
This is
going
the second
back and
time
forth.
I've seen this. How long's it been like it?
Unsure the exact amount of time. I just checked back in with him for the first time since it turned night and found him like this.
See. So otherwise, no change then beyond the switching back and forth, as if.
This looks incredibly painful. So,
Perhaps he put himself into this sleep of sorts then, to avoid it.
perhaps. Is there really nothing else to be done then? Let's just wait.
I believe I asked everyone else, but were either of you with him when summoning circles yesterday, or elemental?
Yes, I was.
Did any of the elementals you summoned, were any of them of the Dark Affinity?
As I told you before, I don't believe so. I summoned one that was of a
Oh,
dark
so you were
affinity,
here
but it
for the
wasn't
last
with.
time I asked them.
Yes, I wasn't with Pickwick when I did that. I was with Esme and Helena.
Oh.
The
I'm
other
trying
ones
to
we
find
summoned
who
were
might have
air.
summoned with him.
He's moving again. It's been going back and forth like this for a while. Goes back to normal and then spreads once more.
All we can hope for is that he's acclimating to it.
Maybe it's his body initially rejecting the dark affinity that is now supposedly there.
It is one of the more unstable ones, after all. We did not witness the other two that sprouted.
There's something to
It
be
is a
done, I
shame
guess.
he's a spirit, however.
Yes.
As we cannot do much for him.
Thank you for coming anyway, Arbor.
Yes, if he does not... Nothing different happens even tomorrow. Oh, it's coming back. If this continues even tomorrow and there's no signs of him getting any better, I may have to summon a spirit guardian and ask him of their opinion. However, they will not be happy to be summoned for a reason like that.
What was that?
What is what?
I heard something.
It was Pickwick.
There is Pickwick here. He's leaking dark affinity of sorts. He's transitioning back and forth. He's been like this all day. As for hearing anything, however, I did not.
He could have contracted something from attuning to that forest.
Huh, I had not thought of that. I was considering that during yesterday's elemental practice, something got in, or he was in a group that summoned a dark affinity
What?
elemental.
Well, no problem. Headmaster,
Oh, hey!
Yes. We're just checking in on Pickwick again, so nothing's changed except for rapid transitioning is happening more often.
Transitioning into what, if I may ask?
More so,
Yes.
oh, we'll see it for yourself.
Oh, thank goodness.
Mm.
Oh.
It keeps happening, and it keeps reverting, and then
It'd be a good idea not to
back and
crowd
forth
him.
between. Don't crowd him or touch him.
Especially if anyone near him has dark affinity. We do not know if this is due. We do not know if this was due to conjuration yesterday. Were you in any of his groups by chance?
I
Was
wonder.
anyone here in his groups for summoning yesterday?
I know Esme was.
Esme was, and Esme does have a dark affinity. We didn't conjure
just
anything that was dark, but
if they didn't summon it, then that means they weren't channeling it through each other. That's the only thing I'm grasping at currently.
Be careful, Rook.
I don't know. This is weird.
Were you two looking for me?
Looking for someone.
I was, sir.
Anyone.
I see.
I'm wondering if
Are you and Victor the only two
Amir
behind
Lux
this
may be able to
light?
help him.
I think so. And well, and Rook.
At the same time, I don't know if it would.
However, Rook hearing this in his condition might not be the best.
Rook, seriously, you should stay back.
I had some
I'm
discussions
looking.
with
I see
Willow
some.
and Crescent after you all departed, so switching back and forth.
No, it looks like he's switching back and forth.
It's happened several times now.
Be careful.
Right. It seems that something's maybe weird with his matrix, maybe.
Careful.
I'm not touching him.
Using your abilities, remember?
I'm using just my usual scanning, nothing exerting.
Fine.
For now, I think we should all let him rest. To wait to see how he is tomorrow.
Assuming this is something that... Oh my god!
Oh.
Rook, seriously, don't mess with it.
Arbor, if I may ask,
I see his ley lines.
what you
They
were
seem
showing
to
in
be-
the stadium. Continue, Rook.
They're externally showing. All over him. Interesting. In his eye. Pickwick?
Arbor, what you were showing me and Willow in the stadium earlier. You're a light affinity, correct?
Yes, sir.
Have you attempted to use that on him at all?
I have not, sir. Given the situation, I didn't think it was best to experiment without knowing what the repercussions might be.
Well, based on the crystals on his head, he does seem to already have light affinity. So I
You
was
should have
considering
light, air, and earth.
the
according to
idea
him.
is if you were to push some light into him, it might help push this back as it's progressing faster and faster. And I need time to gather the materials to summon a spirit guardian if that's what we'll have to do for answers. Would you be willing to try it? See if it pushes it back?
If you think
However,
it would
if
help, sir.
there's anything afoot, we might want to stop instantaneously and... But you have my permission, if you're comfortable with it.
If you think it'll help.
It's worth a try, Albert.
Can you feel anything happening?
Not really.
Arbor, stop. I think it's hitting him.
Or hurting it? Well, it did seem to subside, however, we cannot know for sure if it was a coincidence or not. Was that the longest it's been present since?
No way to know how long it was there before I came in.
Interesting.
If it were to come out again, perhaps we could try to push it back one more time and see if that lowers the length of time instead of constantly seeing it increase. You don't mind?
I saw before.
Sure. Excuse me.
Have a good night.
I can't remember.
Well, the intervals between the leaks do seem to have minimized, or...
It hasn't stayed consistent as far as I know.
Alright. Since I got here, it did seem to just slowly, progressively happen more often, but stay longer. Did everyone else leave? Looks like it. It's coming back out. Arbor, if you would, if you don't mind. Don't
Yes, sir.
exhaust your mana, however, if you feel you're weakening. It subsided much more rapidly. Oh. Arbor, he's still looking at you now.
Come on.
Arbor. I don't know if that's a good idea.
Yes, it's now focusing on you, so that could be bad.
Don't endanger yourself.
Considering based on how you did the circle yesterday, make sure that you're only providing instead of receiving, because you don't want to let that in.
Yes, sir. It's like it's pulling away.
Oh, yes, just keep pushing instead of pulling.
I'm worried I'm hurting him.
There's also a chance that you're just hurting whatever that is. Arbor, can you please step back and head over here? I need to check something. If you come over here, I want to see. Alright, I thought it was focusing on you. I was checking to see if it was going to track your movement. However, it's not diminishing like it did the other times. Well, I do hate to say it, we might have to just leave him to his devices and trust that he can pull through.
Very well. You will, Pickwick.
Like I said, if it's has shown signs of worsening tomorrow, I will have to go about summoning a spirit guardian to see if they have any answers. As much as I'd like to not take that risk, they don't get too happy when you aren't summoning for the right reason.
Understood.
Thank you, and again, Armor, for giving that a shot. I hope nothing got in.
I don't feel any difference, sir.
That's good to hear. Good luck, Pickwick. I expect to see you in class tomorrow. We have other spirits on campus, but Esme did not know what it could be either. Shizu would be the other alternative, however, they are all
Shizu
different
didn't
types
know
of
either.
spirit. Understood. And she's a spirit of knowledge.
I'll
No idea where
check
the
on him
rest
again
went.
in the morning.
Alright, sounds good. Thank you for that. If he is like that nonstop in the morning, please get me immediately.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Arbor, again, for trying that.
Spirits.
Yes.
I don't like them anymore.
Hmm. Where is everyone? Hmm.
Well, in enlarge and reduces case, it lasts as half the length of giant insect, so it would only last an hour long instead of 2, as it is a lower tier spell. However, so if you put a 24-hour amount of mana in, you could then use that to cast the spell 24 times. Does that make sense?
I think so.
So the question is, would you rather learn how to use it so that you would have to always provide it with some iron dust, or would you want to have it in a focus that you could use until you need to recharge it?
Learning both would be smart.
All right. Well, we have
Doesn't have to be tonight,
we have
though.
some other students. Yes, it is quite late. I was saying we have other students present, but the incantation's not too much different when not in a trigram. Of course, you'd have to invoke whether it's enlarge or reduce, the same way you said insect at the end.
I can
Do
make myself
Vox.
bigger. I will too.
Yes, it can be used for enlarging or reducing.
Okay.
And they both would last an hour. But it's a little different. It would be do Vox, Ghost. Ghost being a self cast, or a singular individual casting. When you're in a trigram, you do not need to use this. Now, Vox is being used upon an object or person that you are aware of or can see, whereas Veer, like Ek-Veer, is on something that is not present. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So if you were to want to, well, you can't exactly cast that spell on something not present. It's basically the formula for casting these spells. Does that make sense so far? As you sip on your drink?
Yes, I'm sorry.
I know, you're allowed to drink as all you want. I'm sure you've been busy today. I know I have.
Yeah, that does make sense.
So, long story short, the actual incantation or the verbal part of the spell would be go, Vox, Ghost, enlarge, or reduce, depending on which one you'd like to do. However, if you've not cast a spell, you'd have to also be channeling mana into it. And I would also recommend keeping your mind clear, because as you are verbally stating it, it does help you focus. However, if you are trying to cast this just mentally instead of verbalizing it, bad things could happen.
Noted.
For example, if you thought about how cute it was to be small, but you're trying to enlarge yourself, it would malfunction and you would end up smaller instead of larger, because your mind would overwrite it. Does that make sense?
Yes, understood.
Now, this is a much lower tier spell. It also doesn't have the side effects of putting you under control. I'm afraid I don't think Giant Insect would even work if you were to cast it on yourself, however. You can't exactly put yourself under your own control. Sort of a paradox. What do you think? I've not yet met a bugkin that could... Well, I've not yet met one, so I I've never actually known a bug that could technically cast upon themselves to find out. But that is a much higher tier spell, hence the need for the trigram.
Yes.
Now, as for further specializations in transmutation, next year, once school starts up, students will be choosing specializations and focusing on different schools that they find themselves more privy to. I take it this is an interest of yours then?
Yes, I am a particular specialist in transmutation.
Well, obviously you've
It's
seen
one
me
of the
use my
only
binds
things I
before.
can cast, actually. I can't most others, in fact. Or so I
Well,
have
since
found,
you're familiar
but
with
I
it, I'm
could be
sure
wrong.
that, like, as an example, could you, at will, without any incantations, transform one arm into one of your legs?
Yes.
From your other form? And would doing so be inefficient for combat, using it as a weapon?
Yeah. As Steele mentioned before, those two skeletal types aren't really made to be put together.
I see. So
But
then,
maybe with more research, I might be able to figure out a way to do it well.
because if it was in terms of just strengthening yourself, or you could always make your limbs stronger with bark skin.